Hey everyone, and welcome to Spartan Ninja Warrior Tournament 22. Once again, I just want to apologize for taking so long to get this done. I am very lazy, if you couldn't tell. But it's finally here. Last time we had a very weird tournament. Plenty of shocking failures and some shocking success. Joey failing stage 2 after back-to-back final stage appearances. Pedro failing again in an underwhelming way, and Gaming Brando getting his first Stage 3, tying with Eternal Flame for first place, failing the cliffhanger. And not far behind them was Smoky Massacre, failing earlier on the obstacle. It's been 10 tournaments since we last saw a total victory. Can today finally be the day we see a new Grand Champion emerge? There's only one way to find out. Let's head down to the course. "50 competitors have arrived today to take on Stage 1. 9 obstacles here with the time limit of 115 seconds, and not a lot has changed from last tournament. That applies for the entire course as well. We're on Stage 1 right now. Here's the start line, looks pretty nice. We start off with the archer steps, slightly modified. The triangles are now rotated a bit, but still functions basically the exact same. Last tournament's Ninja Killer, the swinging blades, are back unchanged. Probably going to be a bunch of randos failing there. And Twin Diamond is back as well, taking out many notable competitors. And now the Jumping Spider, the big change for this stage. We now have an actual bouncer to get into the windows. Then the half-pipe attack is unchanged. They just jump across that wall on that peg, get to the rope. Yeah, you know the drill. The double warped wall is modified, as the second wall has been made slightly taller. The downhill drop is unchanged. You roll the ball down the track, jump on that bar, and make the dismount. Then the swing mast, also unchanged. You gotta grapple onto that white donut and land on any of those white blocks down there on the rope ladder. You climb that. If you beat this stage in 115 seconds, you're going to Stage 2. Number 1, we have Jack34969. A newcomer, as is the tradition for number 1 in the run order usually. Stopping on the third step, switching weapons for a moment. Sticks the rope, and Jack defeats the archer steps. Now onto the swinging blades. This was the killer last time, and it's already off to a great start. Number 2 is Turbo Nice, Turbo Nissy, Turbo Nice. I truly don't care, because it's a rando, probably going to fail anyways. Did get through the archer steps nicely, now going for the water. Orcus ghouls now, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be ghouls. Sometimes it can be hard to tell with the 2 X's there. Thankfully it's just 2 X's and not 1, because then I would confuse it for what was formerly known as Twitter. Oh my god, we're actually going to see someone try the jump and fail it. Now we have a big fan of jumping, if you somehow couldn't tell because you're illiterate and can't read the gamer tag, Smoke Tanks. Big fan of Smoky Massacre and Go Tanks, and we'll be seeing both of them later. Sticking that rope and getting through the dismount. Now the swinging blades. All 3 competitors before him have failed here, and Smoke Tanks will join them. That is unfortunate. Now we have our first returning competitor because Foamy didn't show up to be number 3 in the run order. Wild Sasuke 76. More commonly referred to as Game Show. Maybe Game Show can be the first to get through the swinging blades. Time to... Oh, he almost failed the archer steps. But Game Show going around the left side of it. He gets to the second blade. Come on, Game Show. He defeats the swinging blades. Now our first look today at Twin Diamond. Unchanged from the last tournament besides the minor aesthetic changes. Sticking on that first block, waiting for the time, and he went for the jump. and defeats the obstacle. Now our first look at this new modified jumping spider. It's an actual trampoline bounce. He's gonna bounce for it, and he doesn't get into it. Well, that was unfortunate. And now we have Captain J09, a member of Halo's broader parkour community, not just limited to the jumping / Ninja Warrior courses of it. So we've got some decently high expectations for this guy. And I would not count him as a rando. He's already done better than all the randos beforehand by beating the swinging blades. Now for the twin diamond. It's a little shaky, but he gets through it. Now the jumping spider. We just saw a game show fail here. Can Captain avenge him? He gets a huge bounce and is saving in the windows. Now onto the pegs there. He is moving forward at a good pace and defeats the jumping spider. Now for the half-pipe attack. This has not been easy since its return in Tournament 16, but he's making it look easy. And defeating it now, the double warp wall. How about this, number 6 in the run order? Already to the downhill drop. Just 3 obstacles away. He's got a really good pace going. This ball is rolling. Oh, I do not like this technique. He's jumping. Captain goes for the bar, and he comes up just short of it. Oh, he almost had it. Maybe if he jumped a little earlier, he could have gotten it, because he got a very low jump off the ball. Or maybe I don't know if he was sprinting or not. Maybe that would have helped. Anyways, now we have Hi, I'm Galactic. This returning competitor's never done great, but maybe that'll change today. We just saw a newcomer get to the downhill drop, so you never know. Unless it's a complete rando, then you know they're gonna fail miserably. Galactic through the archer steps. Now for the swinging blades. Onto the second blade. Going for the dismount and getting it now for the twin diamond. Wait for the right time to jump onto it. And he goes for the transfer right away. A little bit of a slide there, but it's fine. Through twin diamond. Now for the jumping spider. Gonna line up and go for the jump. Gets a nice bounce. Galactic is save jumping. Stick into one side, it looks like. Gonna land on that peg to get to the second level. Galactic is jumping, and he is gonna go for the dismount. Not a lot of momentum. He falls off of it. That was like a stage 3 final jump failure. Now we have Mamba M4. It's definitely a gamer tag. And definitely a run, getting through the archer steps. Now swinging blades. Don't think he knows how to do this. And clearly, they do not. Now, number 9, we have Vitamin. A member of the jumping community. I don't think he's ever competed before, which is why his name is in white. If he has competed before, I am an idiot. Well, I mean, him competing before or not, that doesn't change that I'm an idiot, but whatever. Vitamin comes up short of the swinging blades. What else is new? Now we have Dunk On. Dunk On what? Dunk On these nuts. Yeah. Now number 11, we have Junsato Cyan. He's never done particularly well on this course, but he does have high hopes today. So let's see if he can live up to them. Now a good baseline would probably be getting through the swinging blades, because not a lot of people have gotten through it so far, because randos are bad. To the second blade now. And he defeats the obstacle now for the twin diamond. Took a minute to size it up there. Now onto the second block and through the obstacle. Now for the jumping spider. The jumping spider's always been tough, but he makes the jump into it look easy. That was a huge bounce. Now onto the right side. Sticking to it. and he does not pull a Galactic. Now for the half-pipe attack. June onto the peg, and he's going to stick it. Going for the rope now, landing on that as well. Making the dismount onto the double arc wall. I'm pretty sure this is already a personal best. I might be wrong. He is up the second wall in one. Going to reset the downhill drop. Still plenty of time. Shooting the ball. Rolling nicely. Is he going to jump? Nope. He's just going to ride it all the way down. Gets to the bar. And Jun Sato is in first place. This one, not the real Jun Sato. Now a nice launch off the swing mast, landing on the very bottom of the rope ladder. But still plenty of time. He's going at a good pace. Okay, took a minute there. Jun, no! Jun Sato Cyan fails the rope ladder. He was looking great the entire run beforehand. He just overshot the block there. And he couldn't recover. It's a shame, but it's still a personal best. And I'm sure he can clear stage 1 soon. Number 12 is another person who's never beaten stage 1 before on this course. It is K-Fly. Started off as a bit of a joke competitor, but has slightly improved, I think. K-Fly is zooming through the swinging blades. And he is through that. Now, Twin Diamond. No fails here so far. Okay, second diamond, and gets through the obstacle. Now for the jumping spider, he's going to go right into it, gets a bounce. That was pretty good. Getting some safe jumps. Oh, he's stuck in the second window. Now onto the peg. Is he going to try to stick that? No, he just sends it and defeats the jumping spider. Now for the half-pipe attack. K-Fly going for it, and gets a good safe jump on that peg. Onto the rope, a safe jump there as well. Just a dismount now, and he defeats the half-pipe attack. Double work wall time, up the first in one, now for the second. Up in one as well. Time for the downhill drop, got a very nice pace. I'm gonna shoot the ball. Okay, jump there. He's gonna keep jumping, it seems, for the drops. Oh, and he landed on the track. K-Fly fails the downhill drop. He was disqualified. And now Diablo 27, a newcomer, a rando. And let's see how Diablo will do. You know, if I had put him on the Sunset map, I might have made him number 27, because that would have been funny, but he's not. Now for the Twin Diamond, he's going to reset it there. Okay, on the first diamond, and comes up short of the second. He is out. Number 14 is Fun Monkey. I forget what this guy's gamer tag was beforehand. He's competed on some courses before, but this is his debut on Spartan Ninja Warrior, so let's see if he can make a strong first impression. Okay, now on the second blade, and onto the dismount. Now Twin Diamond, we just saw Diablo fail here. Can Fun Monkey beat it? Yes, he will. Now for the jumping spider. Can he get this bouncer? Okay, he gets a very good bounce. Monkey is going very fast through it. Oh my, he failed. He just didn't get a good jump onto the peg. He completely whiffed it. And now number 15, returning competitor of Val's the Samurai. Competed a handful of times, never done great. He has seen success on other courses, most notably Halo Ninja. Oh my god, of Val's. Number 16, Pat and Nick. I'm going to choose to imagine Pat has one hand on the controller and Nick not at all, I guess. Number 17, Halo Fan 17. Competed many times. Has come close to clearing stage 1 a few of those times, but has never sealed the deal, hence why he is still a regular and not a veteran. Halo Fan wanting to finally get through stage 1 today, and he was feeling pretty confident, but he did fail the twin diamond here last time. He wants to get his revenge. Looking good so far, and he will. Now for the jumping spider. And Halo Fan beat this. He was a little worried about it. Not a great bounce, but he did get into it. Sticking on the left side so far, and it seems he will continue that way. Defeating the jumping spider. Now for the half-pipe attack. Oh, what? He's had a very laggy run so far. But he got on the peg. Now for the rope. Halo Fan gonna run. And, oh, he pulled a Shingo. He just ran off. Halo Fan fails the half-pipe attack. His pistol made it on the platform at least, but that is not good enough. Halo Fan fails stage 1 once again. Number 18, Boots and Cats. 2 runs ago, we had a gamer tag with a similar format. Pat and Nick was capital letter word and then another capital letter word. And now we have it here with Boots and Cats being capitalized and is not. That was kind of confusing to say. But this run has not been confusing so far as Boots is onto the twin diamond. Can Boots beat it? Took some time there. Now going right for the second. No, he comes up short. Now number 19, Elite MKB, host of the Elite Challenge. He was trying to do an intro there, but he just, I don't know. A vast majority of these runs were filmed a long time ago. I've forgotten a lot of details, I'm sorry. But Elite is now off. He's failed the half-pipe attack. I believe, if not every appearance he's had on this course, then most appearances. But he has failed it many times in a row, no matter what. Elite hoping to finally get through the half-pipe attack today, but he's still got to get there. And only one thing stands in the way between him and the half-pipe, and now the jumping spider. Elite gets a jump onto the first window. Sticking the second, going for that peg. Now up to the second level. Is he going to go for the dismount here? Yes, he will. Now the half-pipe attack. Can he finally defeat this obstacle? Elite's going to go for it. He gets on the peg. He save jumps and he didn't get onto it. He save jumped, but he forgot to actually move himself in the air. Elite MKB once again fails the half-pipe attack. Yeah, he got the save jump, as you can see here. I think he just thought he was already above it, but he clearly was not, and he's out. Yet again. Now at number 20, we have Booty Law. That's a pretty silly gamer tag. Let's see how Booty will do. Will this run be Booty? I'm going to try to not make any more jokes about that. No promises. Okay, onto the first blade. Booty fails. That was a pretty Booty run. Now we have Spartan Walnut 71, who's similar to Elite MKB. Has a very poor record with the half-pipe attack. He has never defeated it either on this course. Back in tournament 8 or so, when the crooked wall was in place of the half-pipe attack, I believe Walnut almost cleared it. Which, I mean, they're different obstacles, but it's the thought that counts, you know. I mean, it really doesn't, but what am I even doing? Okay, Walnut through the twin diamond. Now for the jumping spider. Let's see how Walnut will do here. Gets a bounce. Now on the windows. Looking pretty good so far. A little bit slow of a pace, but still a pretty lenient time limit. And now the half-pipe attack. Can he finally put his demons to rest? Can he avenge Elite here? Walnut goes for the jump, and he comes up well short of the peg. Once again, failing the half-pipe attack. Now, number 22, we have Metal Soul, but it's spelled kind of dumb, like, that's how you spell kettle. And I guess that makes his soul metal, but what is he doing? I think he's so confused by his own gamer tag, he just paused there to reflect on life with his weird little ears. Okay, he's moving. Now, okay. That was not okay. That was horrendous. He is out. Number 23, we have Disappoint. He is cleared before, I believe, Tournament 20? I know he failed Stage 2 whenever he did clear. But he is a veteran, and the first veteran to run today. We've seen some success so far despite not having any clears. The captain getting to the downhill drop, along with K-Fly failing there as well, and Jun Sato failing the rope ladder. This stage is definitely very beatable, and we're not even halfway. So Disappoint can definitely be the first to get through this stage. And so far, he is looking good. Onto the peg. Getting through the jumping spider nicely. Now for the half-pipe attack. Can he defeat this? Landing on the peg. Now he's going to go for the rope. Landing on that as well. Getting a save jump. Running and getting through the dismount. Now the double warp wall. Disappoint up the first in one. Will he get up the second in one? Yes, he does. Now for the downhill drop. Plenty of time. Gonna shoot it to get it rolling. Okay, he's gonna jump. I will never like this technique. I don't care if it works. Oh, he almost overshot the ball. But he does get through the downhill drop. Only 2 obstacles left for Disappoint. Can he clear? Gonna grapple. And landing on the very bottom. Long way to climb, but still plenty of time for it. As long as he does not pull a June, which he will not. Disappoint is on top, and he will be our first clear of the day with 10.9 seconds left on the clock. Disappoint with a very nice run all around. Not the fastest, but he still did beat the Klaxon. Made the stage look pretty easy as a whole. I believe he failed the half-pipe attack in the previous tournament, and if so, he got his revenge on that. And he is back on stage 2 for the second time in his career on SNW. Very nicely done. Now we have someone who has never cleared stage 1 here before. It's Snoz. He's practiced a lot for some courses, not this one though. And Snoz hoping to put up a good run. And he is through the archer steps now for swinging blades. Gonna go around the left side. He is left-handed, so I appreciate that as a fellow lefty. And Snoz defeats the swinging blades now for Twin Diamond. Had a bit of trouble practicing this, but he's looking good so far. He defeats it now for the jumping spider. He had a lot of trouble with this for the longest time, but Snoz gets a decent jump into it. Moving through these windows at a bit of a slow pace, but as I said earlier, it's a lenient time limit. Snoz is through the jumping spider. Now the half-pipe attack. He's never beaten this or any 5th obstacle on this course. And that trend will continue. Snoz fails the half-pipe attack. The final run on the daytime map today is Crown Ferret 19, better known as Irish, as he is the host of Irish Warrior. On Halo Infinite on this course, he has not seen that much success. Never beating Stage 1, despite doing so 3 times on Halo 5. And in the previous tournament, Irish hit rock bottom, achieving a personal worst, going out on the Twin Diamond. Today, Irish is hoping to make up for that and hopefully finally get a Stage 1 clear on Halo Infinite. And a clear today would be his first time in 10 tournaments, as he last cleared in Tournament 12, where he achieved a personal best, timing out on the tackle machine, which was the final obstacle of Stage 2. Irish has definitely had a lot of struggles with time limits in his jumping career, but this is a lenient time limit, so maybe he can clear today. Now for the Twin Diamond, he wants to get his oh my god! I thought he failed there. Irish, I thought he failed there too. But he gets through Twin Diamond. I don't know how he did it, but I am not mad. I am ecstatic. Irish is on the jumping spider now. I'm gonna jump, as most competitors want to do. He almost overshot that peg there. And Irish taking a slow and steady run through the jumping spider. Now for the half-pipe attack. He's going to stop for a second and collect himself. Got a low jump, but did land on the peg. Now for the rope, a late jump there, slides a bit. And he defeats the half-pipe attack. Now with the double warp wall. Irish goes for the first, he's up it in one. Now for the second wall. He is not up it in one. Okay, come on, Irish. He's up it in two, and he does have to reset the ball. That's going to waste time. Precious time. Irish is going to shoot the ball. He is going to have to hurry if he wants to clear. He's going to jump. And will he go right for the bar? Yes, he does. He's through the downhill drop, but he is running out of time. He has to hurry. Irish doesn't even get a grapple. Crowned Ferret 19 fails the swing mast. And as we're now halfway through Stage 1, there's only one clear. And you know what this means I get to do? I get to yawn. Okay, now, number 26, Super Ninja Jake 2. He's cleared Stage 1 before, but similar to Irish, I don't know if he has cleared Stage 1 on Infinite. He probably has. I'm just an idiot. I've got the Dementor's Eye for Door. Jake is through the Archer steps now, swinging blades, and jump around onto the second blade, and defeating the obstacle. Now for Twin Diamond. Jake is looking good so far onto the second diamond. Got a very good pace and defeats the obstacle. Now for the jumping spider. Jake is gonna get a very big jump and is looking good halfway through the jumping spider. A good pace, I just burped, sorry, and he defeats it. Now the half-pipe attack, Jake is gonna go for it, and he gets a bad jump. Jake fails the half-pipe. Number 27, Ungqui. I am sure the Q is supposed to be an O because the scientific or lore-accurate name for grunts in Halo is the Ungoi. And that's your little fact you'll probably forget by the time we're at run like number 32 or something, I don't know. Probably even faster than that. As I've been rambling, Ungoi did something incredible. He was a rando beating the swinging blades, and he had a very wild run through Twin Diamond, but he does clear it. Ungoi going for the jumping spider, gonna bounce. He does get a good bounce, and he got a save jump. Oh my god! He still failed, but that was incredible for a rando. And now we have Nesmir, or is it Nesmire? Why do I even bother trying to pronounce these things? I just referred to randos as thing, as that was very rude. Nesmir through swinging blades. Randos seem to be picking it up. Okay, he's gonna reset the Twin Diamond, and doesn't even get to the first one. I stand corrected. Okay, number 29 in the run order is Vulcan. He's competed many times before, completed Stage 1 many times as well, but he's only defeated Stage 2 twice. Oh, that was close there. But his, as I was saying, his two Stage 2 clears have a combined clear time of 1.1 seconds. So if he wants to get to stage 3, he's probably going to have to pick up the pace on stage 2, but there's a long way to go before even worrying about that. He's onto the jumping spider, gets a nice bounce into the windows, onto the peg. Gonna be doing a nice little crossover technique and defeats the jumping spider. Vulcan, now for the half-pipe attack, he goes for it, going straight for the rope, landing on that, and gets the dismount. Vulcan, now on the double work wall up the first in 1. Now for the second in 1 as well. Downhill drop, gonna reset that, still plenty of time in hand. Shot it to get it rolling. Looking good so far. And the ball is at the end of the track. And his Iron Man styled armor is looking very good as he is getting through the stage. Okay, where's he gonna land? On the bottom block of the rope ladder. Has a long climb, but a lot of time left. Vulcan is climbing smooth and steady. And he's on the final block and on top of the rope ladder. Vulcan is our second clear of the day with 14.6 seconds left. Very nicely done. Very smooth run all around. Outside of that scary moment on the swinging blades, he looked basically perfect everywhere. A strong run. You don't have to be super fast on this stage. You just need enough time. And Vulcan certainly had that, and he is going back to stage 2. Now, number 30, we have Boom Cano. That's a fun name. And this was a fun fail. And now at number 31, we have Jesters. Will he be like a court jester, providing us with a fun little show? So far, appears that they are. Now on the swinging blades, jumping around this. Gonna go for the second blade and come up well short, as a jester would. Number 32 is Go Tanks. Yeah, you remember when I was talking about smoke tanks? This is what I was referring to. Go Tanks never cleared this stage before, but last tournament was a personal best, reaching the downhill drop, I believe. Showing that he definitely can break through and beat the stage 1. Let's hope today is finally that day. Almost came up short of that first blade there, but he is on the second one now, going for the dismount, and he gets that. Now for Twin Diamond. Go Tank psyching himself up onto the first one. Now the second. Go Tanks defeats Twin Diamond. Now he is going to the jumping spider. I think he's failed this before, but he does not fail to jump into it, at least. Go Tanks. Okay, that was a little sketchy, but he recovers nicely. Go Tanks now onto the second level of windows and defeats a jumping spider. A little bit low on time for where you're at, but Go Tanks comes up short of the peg anyways. Well short. And he fails the half pipe. Now number 33 is his friend Fireball ZXZ, the grand champion of Halo Ninja Warrior and one of the best jumpers of all time overall. Has not fully translated those abilities to this course. He has a few stage 3s, a few stage 1 clears, but he's never had that truly incredible run since like tournament 2, I think, where he got first place. Fireball also did not put in much practice for this course, especially this tournament, hoping that just raw ability can carry him far. And even though it's only through 3 obstacles so far, that is seeming to work. Now with the jumping spider, he jumps, and he spiders. That doesn't make sense. He is going very quickly through these windows, and now onto the half-pipe attack. We just saw Go Tanks fail here. Can he avenge him? Fireball goes for it. Landing on the peg, going right to the rope. He's on that, and defeats the obstacle. Fireball is now up the first toward ball in 1. Now for the second in 1 as well. Very nice pace onto the downhill drop. He shot the ball, as many do. He's sticking on this ball, gonna jump there. Going for the bar, landing on it, and defeating the downhill drop. Fireball onto the swing mast. He failed this in tournament 16, I think. And he lands on the top level of the white blocks that you're allowed to land on. Very good pace so far, and Fireball is on top, and it will be our third clear of the day, by far the fastest time so far, 25.7 seconds. Very nicely done. Very strong all around. Fast run, well, obviously it's our fastest time so far by a lot. And yeah, Fireball, I said he was one of the best to ever do it for a reason. And he showed it right there, barely putting in any practice, just demolishing stage 1 like that. Fireball is back on stage 2. Here's someone who's never been on stage 2 or stage 1 at all, because it's a rando, Donnie Woods. I went to school with a kid named Donnie. He was kind of nice. Hey, Donnie is onto the swinging blades. And off of the swinging blades, of course, Ligaro 02. That's about 2 letters away from Logano, as in Joey Logano, a NASCAR driver with a very punchable face. Ligaro through through the archer steps, but not through the swinging blades. Oh well. At number 36, we have the veteran Shadowrun 132. He's been competing since late Halo 5, and overall never put in super impressive runs until last tournament, where he would finally break through and defeat Stage 1 for the first time in his career on this course. We'd known he had ability for a while, but he finally showed it here. Even with the deep Stage 2 as well, going out on Hornet's Nest. And his run had a very good pace. It was just unfortunate that he ended up failing right there. But now, Shadowrun is back, hoping to prove last tournament was not a fluke, and to beat Stage 1 once again, and go even further this time. Shadow is through the archer steps, now the swing. Okay, that was close. Similar thing happened to Vulcan, I think, earlier. Now Shadow onto the Twin Diamond. Looking good so far. He beats that obstacle. Now for the Jumping Spider. I think I don't know if he's failed here before. Does not fail to jump into it, however. And let's hope he won't fail the inside of it. And he's taken a while to prepare for the jump. He does not fail it. Now the half-pipe attack. He's always worried about this thing. But he is looking good on it now. And Shadowrun defeats the half-pipe attack. Time for the double work wall. Shadow up the first in 1. Now for the second in 1 as well. Downhill drop. He's shooting it before getting on the ball. I like that strategy. Shadow rolling this ball nicely. Shadow went for the dismount too early. Shadowrun fails the downhill drop. It was a great run beforehand. He just tried to go for the dismount to the bar far too early, and it cost him. He didn't clear Stage 1 for the second time in a row, obviously, but I think this proved that Shadow's run last time was not a fluke. Duh. Milks. That's a gamer tag, all right. It is fun to say. The Milks. The Milks. More like dumb Milks. You know what's not dumb? We had some clears that I'm fast forwarding because I'm too lazy to edit. First, number 38 was ump double ump, clearing with the slowest time today, 1.3 seconds left. Yeah, he was just slow, basically slow and steady. Ended up winning the race, because it doesn't matter how much time you have left, as long as it's more than 0. Then number 39 also cleared 100 unit 751, avenging his failure in the previous tournament, getting through the jumping spider, and the stage as a whole with, I think, the fastest time of his career, 15.5 seconds left. You'd think him and Ump would have the opposite times. Atlantic champ, number 40, would also end up clearing with 18.1 seconds left. Strong run. He was controlled through all 9 obstacles. I'm falling apart here. And he got a very nice grapple. As you can see here, a very high launch. I love seeing very satisfying swing mass attempts. And I also love seeing satisfying rope ladder attempts, which involve getting on top of them like this, which Chumpy did, and he cleared stage 1. Okay, yawn break number 2. That was fun. 40 runs down, 6 clears. Let's see how many more we can get in the final 10. And I can guarantee you, Angel 74246 will not be one of those clears. But he does get through the archer steps, and fails the swinging blades because, of course. Now the final rando of the tournament, Ninja Cloudy. These are the 2 rando runs in nighttime that are only here because Cobra and Tricky Cyrus once again did not show up. Ninja is a very fitting gamer tag though, and just barely gets the jump to the second blade. Quarter jumps around that. This is a wild run, but whatever works. Ninja Cloudy now to the twin diamond. Gonna go for the first, going right to the second, gonna send for the dismount, and fails. Number 43 is Gaming Brando. He first competed late on Halo 5, but first cleared on Halo Infinite, and I believe Tournament 17. Although it was not without close calls, as he did have a lot of struggles on the rope ladder. But in the last tournament, Brando would achieve a personal best for the first time, reaching stage 3, and not only that, he would tie for first place with Eternal Flame, who we'll see in a few runs. Because of this run last tournament, Gaming Brando was given the rank of New Star. And he's hoping to live up to that title today and show why he deserves it. Gaming Brando, he took a while to actually do his run, so we're just gonna sit here and reminisce, you know. So this tournament was supposed to film from December 3rd to December 28th of 2024. And I think Brando's run was filmed late January, early February. Because right now I'm doing commentary right now, Monday the 24th. And this is probably gonna premiere Sunday the March 2nd. Yeah. I'm totally not just drawing this out because I was annoyed at Brando. Okay, yeah, now it's time for him to actually run. And Brando is off onto the archer steps. He lands on the rope and defeats that. Now for the swing blades. A lot of randos have failed here today, but Brando is no rando. That was a horrible pun. Please forgive me. Brando now on the twin diamond. Just saw Ninja Cloudy fail here, and Brando, someone with actual skill, defeats it easily. That wasn't mean to all the actual people that failed it last tournament. I'm sorry. Brando into the jumping spider, jumping onto the second set of windows. Brando defeats the jumping spider. And now for the half-pipe attack. Has he failed here before? Maybe. He jumps for the rope and he lands it. Brando through the half-pipe attack, now the double work wall. He is up the first and one, now going for the second. Up in one as well, gonna reset the downhill drop. Wasting a little bit of time, but he still has plenty. In Brando, he's not a super fast jumper, but he's not particularly slow either. As you can see here, getting to the downhill drop with just over 30 seconds. Now for the swing mast. He's gonna get a grapple. And where will he land? Right there. Climbing up the rope ladder. A little bit shaky so far, but he is through it. And Gaming Brando is the 7th clear of the day with 9.3 seconds left. Very nicely done. And he is back on stage 2, showing why he was given the rank of new star. Very nicely done. Clean run all around. I need to stop something, I don't know. I need to provide better commentary. Good job, Brando. Number 44 is the Worker of Meme. First competing in Tournament 17, I believe. And he went out in one of the dumbest ways imaginable, pulling a Shingo on the half-pipe attack. But in the next tournament, he would have an incredible breakout, getting all the way to the peg cloud. In the next, then in Tournament 20, he would get to stage 2 once again, but failed snapback. And missed Tournament 21. But Meme is back, hoping to pick up right where he left off. Well, actually, no, hoping to do a little bit better, because I'm sure he doesn't want to pick up from a stage 2 fail. He wants to get back to at least stage 3. But, I mean, he has Meme in his gamer tag. He's kind of fine with whatever. He just follows the number one rule of the wise philosopher, Chumpy. That the number one rule is to have fun. And Meme usually has fun when he does his runs. And it's looking like it so far. He is on the jumping spider, gets a good high bounce. Now getting through these windows. Through that. Now for the half-pipe attack. There's been quite a lot of fails here today, but Meme is on the rope. Let's hope he doesn't pull a himself. He will not. Up the first wall in one. Now for the second, up in one as well. Going right for the downhill drop. Well, it's taking a while to get it rolling. He shoots it. But now it's going. Still has plenty of time, so he can afford a moment like that. Meme at the end of the track, going for the bar, sticking it, and getting through the downhill drop. Plenty of time for the final 2 obstacles. Now the swing mast. A nice grapple. Landing there. Okay. This, I'm not sure how much I like this technique. He's jumping very late, barely getting on top of those blocks. But it did work out, and Meme defeats stage 1 with 13.1 seconds left. Our 8th clear of the day. Very nicely done, Meme. He showed that he is still just as strong of a jumper as ever. I don't know why I said it that way, because in the grand scheme of things, he hasn't been here very long. But in the time he has been here, he has certainly left an impression, showing why he's one of the brightest new stars in Halo jumping. At number 45 is Meme's good friend, Free MMO Direct, the first PC player to break out on this course on Halo Infinite. He's competed 7 times. Well, this tournament is his 7th, but in his 6 previous appearances, he has a 500 record on Stage 1. And his 3 failures, all on the half-pipe attack. Of course, his other 3 attempts, he got all the way to the peg cloud on Stage 3. MMO, he obviously wants to get back to Stage 3. He wants total victory. But he definitely, at first, wants to break that tie and beat the half-pipe attack. MMO is the resident speedster on this course. He is sort of taken that mantle up from Joey just by a little bit. But MMO is looking good so far through this run. Very fast pace. Gonna go right for the jumping spider, jumping and landing in the window. MMO looking good so far. Now the half-pipe attack. Can he beat this? MMO goes for it. He lands on the peg, gets to the rope, lands on that, and MMO defeats the half-pipe attack. Free MMO Direct up the first wall in 1, the second in 1 as well. Now for the downhill drop, just under a minute left. When I said this guy likes to go fast, I was not messing around, and you should know that by now. And he defeats the downhill drop. Now for the swing mast, gets a nice grapple, very forward, not a ton of height, just launched himself at the wall, and he's climbing fast. Is he gonna beat 30 seconds? Yes, he will. MMO clears with 30.9 seconds left. A dominant run, once again defeating the first stage, and hopefully he can do even better than his previous Stage 3 attempts. Although there is Stage 2 he needs to get through. But for now, he can celebrate as he has the half-pipe attack. Nice job. Number 46 is the man who has changed his gamertag more times than he has reached Stage 3 on this course, and I just made that up, but I'm not sure if it's even a joke. We have Joey. Competed in every tournament, and he is probably the best competitor in this show's history, even if you ignore that he does not have a total victory. In tournaments 19 and 20, Joey got to back-to-back final stages, but in the previous tournament, he shockingly went out on the butterfly wall on Stage 2. Joey's motivated to avenge his failure from the previous tournament and to finally go all the way and achieve total victory today. There's still 4 stages ahead of him, and let's hope he can get there. All starting with Stage 1, and so far he is looking good through it. Joey through Twin Diamond. Time for the jumping spider. He really had no... Okay, that was a huge jump. And he's looking good so far. Did not have many concerns with this stage. And for good reason. He has never failed Stage 1 on Halo Infinite. His last time failing Stage 1 was Tournament 13. The first tournament in this era in terms of renewals. Now Joey onto the downhill drop. On the ball, he's shooting it. Rolling pretty quickly. Joey's gonna jump, he's gonna go for the bar. Oh, he didn't! Joey! Joey, he was indecisive and he fails for the first time since Tournament 13. Joey Davis is out on Stage 1. I almost don't believe it. Oh my god. Wow. just like that, his streak is over. We will not see Joey on stage 2. But on a lighter note, here we have Eternal Flame, one of the 3 competitors to reach stage 3 in the previous tournament, tying with Gaming Brando for first place. Eternal wants to get back there, wants to go even further. And fun fact about Eternal, in this era, as in from tournament 13 to now, after Joey, who obviously won't be able to improve his personal best in this era, Eternal has the second best personal best of all the competitors here in tournament 18 or 19, I forget which one, of failing the Pipe Slider's final dismount on stage 3. We know he can definitely get to the final stage, and maybe he can do it today. Eternal looking good so far. Now up the first warp wall in 1. The second in 1 as well, resetting the ball for the downhill drop. Just saw Joey fail here. Can Eternal avenge him? With this technique, it seems to work a lot of the time, but I will never like it. It just looks too sketchy. But he does get through the downhill drop. Eternal now is gonna grapple and get to the rope ladder. Landing there. Climbing at a good pace. He is not gonna beat MMO's time, but still gonna have a very good time. The landmine is not there, but he hit the thing anyways. Eternal Flame clears 26.4 seconds. Very nicely done. Strong run all around. And really the only issue wasn't even his fault. I guess someone might have been standing there. There's some issue with Halo Infinite because it does have a lot of issues. I still enjoy it though. Yeah, strong run from Eternal. And he's going back to stage 2. Very nicely done. Number 48 is the All-Star, Weapon Matt. Until Smoky Massacre, who will be running after him, was made an All-Star, Matt was the only All-Star to have never reached the final stage. And now he's one of 2. And Matt, his appearances have been pretty spotty on Halo Infinite, but when he has showed up, he's usually done pretty well. Including in Tournament 20, where he would get to the cliffhanger and go out there. But in the previous tournament, however, Matt would fail the downhill drop in quite the shocking fashion. Kind of similar to what Joey did earlier today. He did make the decision to jump to the bar. He just jumped too early in the previous tournament. Matt, hoping to improve upon his previous tournament to avenge his run and get back to stage 2 and go even further than that. Matt on the swinging blades. Going to take his time here. Through that now for Twin Diamond. Looking good so far. The first diamond, now the second. Matt defeats Twin Diamond. Now for the jumping spider. He's going to jump. Good jump into there, onto the windows. Looks like he's going to stick to the left side here. As I said during the Snoz's run, as a fellow lefty, I approve, although I don't know if Matt's a lefty or not. Now for the half-pipe attack. It's been pretty deadly today. Oh! I thought he wasn't even going to get a jump there, but he does. And Matt defeats the half-pipe attack, now the double warp wall. He's up the first in 1. Now for the second in 1 as well. Time for the downhill drop. Failed this last tournament. We just saw Joey fail here as well. Can Matt get his revenge? Oh no! Matt fell off the back of it. Weapon Matt fails the downhill drop for the second tournament in a row. Oh my god. he didn't get much practice and he was worried about it, but I don't think anyone expected him to fail it like that. I think he might have just been a little bit too far back, and for the drop, it just threw him off. And Matt is out. The penultimate run on Stage 1 is the host of Halo Ninja Warrior and arguably the greatest jumper of all time, Smokey Massacre. His record on this course has overall been very successful, hence why he's an all-star, but he had many struggles getting to Stage 3, as although he made it there in Tournament 3, he would not make it again until he moved on to Halo Infinite. And since we have moved to this game, he has had a very successful run, including in last tournament getting another Stage 3, getting second place, failing earlier on the cliffhanger than Brando and Eternal Flame. Smokey is now off on Stage 1, let's see how he does. He is through the archer steps, now for the swinging blades. Very small sample, okay, that was a little close. But besides that, so far through 2 obstacles, he's looking good. Now for the twin diamond, going right into it. The slide there. Now onto the second diamond, and he defeats the obstacle. Now for the jumping spider. Has he failed here before? I don't remember for sure. But he gets a good jump, and he is into the windows. Jumping across these nicely. Has a good pace, defeating the jumping spider. And now for the half-pipe attack. Saw Snaz, his good friend, fail here earlier. But Smokey will not join him in the water. Now for the double warped wall, Smokey not up the first in 1, but he is up it in 2. Now for the second wall, Smokey not up that in 1 either. Come on, not up it in 2. Okay, he still has plenty of time, just up it in 3. Now for the downhill drop. Gonna shoot the ball to get it rolling. Joey and Matt have just failed here. It's not to be taken lightly, but Smokey's looking good so far. He goes for the bar, gets through that, and now 2 obstacles left. Now the swing master, which he has failed before in Tournament 16, I think. A very high swing, landing on the highest level of the white blocks you can. Climbing up nicely, and Smokey is on the final blocks, and on top, Smokey Massacre is going to be our 11th clear with 14.3 seconds left. Besides the slip-ups on the warp wall, very nice run, and he wants to relive the swing mask. So we'll do that, just seeing how high he can land, and get another grapple. That would be a DQ. Yeah, Smokey, the downhill drop, it's been a killer, especially late in Stage 1, but he made short work of it, and once again, he is back on Stage 2. This tournament, we don't have number 50, we have number 1,000. As the first Grand Champion, Petrillo Fam 4 is the 1,000th ever attempt in Spartan Ninja Warrior history. On Halo Infinite, he's had a bit of a shaky track record. In Tournament 16, he got to Stage 3, but he has not gotten back on this game since then. Mostly relegated to Stage 2 failures, including in Tournament 20, a DQ on the swap salmon ladder. In the last tournament, he would improve a bit, this time defeating the salmon ladder, but he would sadly go out on snapback, as you can see there, coming up short of that jump. But Pedro came into this tournament, Tournament 22, very motivated to have a strong comeback run and get back to Stage 3 for the first time in 6 tournaments, I think. He has the ability to do it. He is a Grand Champion after all. He's number 1,000 for a reason. And he is off to prove why. Through the archer steps, Pedro looking solid so far. On the left side of the swinging blades and defeating it. Now for the twin diamond. This was one of the few things he was worried about on this stage. but he is through it. Now for the jumping spider. He has failed here before, I think in tournament 19. Gets a good bounce into the windows, jumping across them. Now onto the peg there. And Pedro taking time to set up, and he defeats the jumping spider. Now for the half-pipe attack. He jumps for it, and he's going to stick the peg. Going for the rope, landing on it, getting a save jump. Now for the dismount, and defeating the half-pipe. Now the double warp wall. Smokey had some issues here, but Pedro's up the first and one. And the second and one. Now for the downhill drop. A lot of time left. Doesn't have to rush. But he doesn't want to make a mistake like Joey or Matt did here. And onto the bar, through the downhill drop. 2 obstacles left for Pedro. Now the swing mask. Tournament 16, he was one of only 2 to defeat that obstacle. Well, 2 to defeat the stage. And he is climbing on pace to clear once again, as long as there's no slip-ups, and there are not any. Pedro, number 1000, is clearing with 13.7 seconds left. Very nicely done. Our 12th clear of the day, showing why he deserves to be the 1000th run in this course's history. A strong run all around. Not really any close calls. Didn't go super fast, didn't go super slow. But regardless, he is back on stage 2. Stage 2 exists to separate the good competitors from the great. And last tournament saw a pretty tough stage, so there are not many changes. Starting off with the slider drop, unchanged, go down a head slide, grapple onto that ball, and land on the platform where you face the swap salmon ladder, also unchanged. Just climb up those, then the snapback. Once again, no changes. In fact, this stage only has one change, right here on the butterfly wall. It's now an actual trampoline similar to the jumping spider, but the rest is the same. And then the stage's killer, Hornet's Nest. Jump across these 5 hexagons, make the big dismount where you face the final obstacle of the stage, the swinging beams. It's a bunch of corner jumps where when you're running low on time, they can be quite nerve-wracking. And if you beat that, you beat the stage with a time limit of 85 seconds. Starting off with number 23, Disappoint. He's made it to this stage once before, I believe, but he failed it, hoping to get his first time through stage 2 here. Now the head slide gets a good grapple, and defeats the slider drop now for the swap salmon ladder. The first bar. Gotta climb these. Unlike the real life swap salmon ladder, you fall down to a lower bar. It's not a DQ. As you saw on Pedro's fluff piece earlier. Oh, that was a good save jump. If you fall to the platform, that is a DQ. Oh, he gets another save jump. Wow. Disappoint going for the 4th bar, and now through snapback. First look at the butterfly wall. He gets the bounce, but it's not a very good one. Disappoint fails the butterfly wall. And he is out on stage 2. Butterfly wall claiming its first victim of the tournament. It was just a bad bounce coming up very well short of that block. Did shoot it, so he at least made contact, but that didn't matter, clearly. Number 29 is Vulcan. He's cleared this stage twice, but both times were very close calls on time. In Tournament 10, I think was his first clear, only having half a second left. Then in Tournament 12, of having 0.6 seconds left. And now he's hoping to clear this stage and have a much less nerve-wracking, okay, there was some lag. Hoping to have a much calmer run. And at least so far, he is looking good, but hey, Disappoint did look good through the first two obstacles. Vulcan right to the second apparatus thing, whatever, on Snapback. And he defeats it now for the butterfly wall. Can he advantage Disappoint? He gets a very good bounce. Landing on the wall, starting to punch it around. Now the jump to the rope. He gets onto it. Now this section is very similar to Smokey's salmon ladder, and he's up it. Vulcan has a decent amount of time, maybe a tiny bit low, but still more than enough. Now onto the fifth hexagon, going for the dismount. He defeats it. Now just one obstacle between him and stage 3. Vulcan getting these corner jumps onto the second beam. Another jump to the third, and Vulcan is going to be our first stage 2 clear with 6.7 seconds. Thankfully, this was not a heart attack inducing run. Definitely a comfortable amount of time left. Got a very nice bounce on the butterfly wall. Punched it around nicely, and he got up the rope very nice as well. It was just a good run all around, and Vulcan, for the first time in 10 tournaments, is back on stage 3. Very nicely done. Now number 33, someone who has an even longer stage 3 drought, Fireball ZXZ. Halo Ninja Warriors Grand Champion gets a very forward grapple there. And now onto the swap salmon ladder. He really did not okay, falling down to the first bar, but that is still fine. Fireball seems to have recovered nicely. And oh no, he falls down again. Okay, now he is going to have to hurry. Still definitely possible to clear, but he really can't take many breaks, if any. Now onto the butterfly wall. Fireball gonna go for it as well. He gets not a great bounce, and he comes up short, just like Disappoint did. And Fireball is out. Now we go from someone with a long drought on stage 2, someone who's never beaten this stage, Ump Double Ump. One of the oldest jumpers around in terms of staying power. He's been in jumping since basically the very beginning. And the same applies for this course, being one of the first people to clear stage 1. Won a 4 to do so in tournament 1, but he failed stage 2. Did not compete for a very long time, and he has cleared stage 1 a few times since then, but they all had the same result in failure. Hoping now to finally get through this stage, and so far he's looking good. That was a little close, but he's still through. Now the butterfly wall, getting a very high bounce, probably even higher than the supports there. But he is punching the wall, going pretty slow. He does not have much time. That's one of Ump's biggest problems on this stage. He does not go very fast, and he's going to have to if he wants to clear. Now in Hornet's Nest, comes up short of the third honeycomb. Ump is out. And now the host of Ninja Warrior of Halo, 100 Unit 751. On stage 1, he had most likely the fastest clear time in his career on this course, 15.5 seconds. And you need speed for stage 2, so maybe he'll be able to clear here. He did get to stage 3 back in Tournament 20, which was his first time clearing the stage since Tournament 10, I think. It was only his third stage 2 clear overall. But we know he can beat this stage. It's just a matter of will he. Okay, he took a save jump. The butterfly wall. Mixed results here. Gets a good bounce. Landing on the wall. Punching it around. At a much faster pace than so he doesn't have to worry about time as much. He is through the butterfly wall now. Hornet's Nest. Can he avenge He is to the second hexagon, going for the third. He gets into it. Hunter to the fourth, landing there. Now the fifth to that, going for the big dismount, and he defeats Hornet's Nest. One obstacle left for Hunter unit. Gets the corner jump there. Going for the second beam, taking his time here. The klaxon will sound. Oh, that was a very low save jump, but Hunter gets through it and clears stage 2 with 3.9 seconds left. Very nicely done. And although he did fail stage 1 last tournament, this does mean, in terms of stage 2 appearances, Hunter has back-to-back clears in them. Strong run. Had a good pace at the start, slowed down, had a very good save jump there. Very scary, but Hunter does beat stage 2. And now Atlantic Chump, or Atlantic Champ, whatever you want to call him, Chumpy, something, whatever, I don't know. He has beaten this stage before, but that was way back in the first era, within the first 4 tournaments. Don't believe he's beaten this stage since then. And he has very sporadic appearances within the community. He still shows up for basically every tournament, but how much time he has to practice can vary a lot due to him being a college boy, getting a bounce on the butterfly wall, landing there, punching it. I don't know if anyone's gone for the left side of the butterfly wall so far, which is a little interesting, but Chumpy is on the rope. He is climbing it, and he is through the butterfly wall. Now on to Hornet's Nest. He is going to go quick through it. Chumpy comes up short of the third one. And once again, Atlantic Champ fails stage 2. And now we have Gaming Brando. He got his first stage 2 clear in the previous tournament. Hence why he has the rank of New Star. Got a very low grapple. And he did grapple on the platform there, which that is the one time it's acceptable to use the second grapple that the equipment spawner thing at the end of the head slide gives you. If you just burn that so you don't have it later, that is fine. But you can't use it anywhere later than that. Brando through snapback. Now going for the butterfly wall. He gets a nice bounce, landing on the wall, punching it around nicely. Brando onto the rope. Looking good so far. Now Hornet's Nest. There's been quite a few fails here so far. Brando does not want to join them. To the third. Going for the fourth. Landing there. Now to the fifth. Brando does not get a good jump and he fails. Gaming Brando is out on Hornet's Nest. He will not get back to stage 3 for a second tournament in a row. Number 44, the Worker of Meme. He's cleared the stage once and failed it once, I think. Hoping to get his second clear here today. Through slider drop now onto the swap salmon ladder. To the second bar. Climbing nicely. Meme in on Halo Infinite, since this game is also on PC. Meme has been one of the breakout PC players. Okay, good save jump. Along with free MMO Direct, who we will be seeing in the next run. Meme. A very high bounce. Landing on the wall. Punching it around very quickly. Now on the rope. He is going to climb and get through it. Hornet's Nest, we have seen many fails here, but Meme is looking good so far. To the fourth one. Now the fifth. And he defeats Hornet's Nest. One obstacle left for Meme. Okay, he shot there for some reason. I don't know what he was doing there. Maybe just to psych himself up. It seems like it didn't really matter because Meme defeats Swinging Beams and stage 2 with 8.1 seconds left. Getting his second clear on stage 2. Going back to stage 3. He's got MMO, I think, was there to celebrate with him. And yeah, it was just a good run. Smooth all around. There was that close call on snapback, which he did fail before, so he was glad to get through that. Got the butterfly wall. And Meme back on stage 3. Speaking of free MMO Direct, here he is. He has never failed this stage, and he does not want to change that. He wants a 4th stage 3 appearance, and the quest for that begins now. Getting a very forward grapple. And through slider drop, I said that really late. Now for the swap salmon ladder. He's never had many concerns about this obstacle. And he is through it now for snapback. Is he going to send it? It seems like he will. And free defeats snapback. Now for the butterfly wall, a very high bounce. Punching the wall around. Good pace so far. MMO, okay, he did not get a jump there. And he's struggling to climb up this rope. But he does get through it. Still plenty of time for MMO though. And if anyone can get through a low time situation, it's him. But he still does not have to worry about that as he defeats Hornet's Nest. One obstacle left for MMO. He is going to go very quickly through this as per usual. And MMO once again defeats stage 2 with 15.9 seconds left. Very nicely done for MMO. Once again defeating stage 2. There I think Meme is as well to celebrate with him. They ran at the same time. Yeah, MMO strong run. Did have a bit of a interesting situation climbing up the rope on the butterfly wall. Might be his first ever slip up on stage 2 on this course, but it didn't matter. Oh yeah, the landmine wasn't there. Number 47 is Eternal Flame, hoping to get to stage 3 for... Would this be the second tournament in a row, or would it be the third? I don't know. He wants to get back to stage 3. And he is looking good so far. Climbing the swap salmon ladder onto the 5th bar. Now for snapback. Eternal Flame to the second one, getting a save jump. Now through the obstacle, time for the butterfly wall. He's gonna get a nice bounce and gonna punch the wall around. Smooth run so far. Can he get up this rope better than MMO? He did struggle there, but he is up it still. Eternal now onto Hornet's Nest. To the 3rd one. Now to the 4th. Time for the big jump to the 5th. He gets through that. Now for the dismount. Eternal defeats that. Now for swinging beams. I think he's failed here before. Does not want to do so again. Corner jumping to the final beam. To the dismount platform, and Eternal Flame clears stage 2 with 7.9 seconds left. Nicely done. Strong run. A bit slower than MMO, and similar to him, he did have some struggles getting up the rope on the butterfly wall. But that did not affect the whole run, as he did, obviously, as you know, because you're watching this video, did clear stage 2. And he's once again on stage 3, hoping to improve. Smoky Massacre had many struggles on this stage for a long time, but it seems he's put those behind him, and he's hoping to continue that now, as he is off. Getting through slider drop, a very high launch from the grapple. Threw away to sword for some reason, but he did pick it back up. Smoky climbing the swap salmon ladder. So far, so good. He is on top. Now for snapback. He's going to take a moment to pause, line up. Going to go right to the second set of bars. And through snapback. Now for the butterfly wall. Seems to be dropping and picking up his sword. A very good bounce. And now punching the the wall around Smokey to the rope. This rope, as I've said, is similar to his salmon ladder, but he has struggled with it quite a bit. Smokey a little bit low on time, but still enough. Going for the third. Oh, that was very close. Did get through it, though, and seems to have recovered. Smokey defeating Hornet's Nest. One obstacle left, a little low on time, still doable, especially since he's going so quickly through it. And Smokey is going to defeat Swinging Beams and Stage 2 with 5.6 seconds. Very nicely done. Has probably the biggest crowd of anyone this tournament. Hoping to put on a show for all of them, and a very high launch of celebration off of that landmine. That was a good run. It was a little slow in some places and a very close call on Hornet's Nest there. But he persevered and punched his ticket to Stage 3. Once again, good job, Smokey. Now, number 1000, Petrillo Fam 4. He has not beaten this stage in a very long time. Since Tournament 16, where he was the only person to beat this stage, one of only 2 to make it here at all. And he is hoping to be the 7th clear on this stage today. And he is off. Going down the head slide, getting the grapple, forward launch. Now the swap slam ladder. He's failed here before, and he does not want to repeat the same mistake, does not want to DQ himself. Pedro is climbing nicely on top of the swap slam ladder. Now for snapback. Failed here in the previous tournament. Can he avenge himself? Looking good so far, and he defeats snapback. Pedro now for the butterfly wall, gets a good bounce. Everyone attempting the butterfly wall this tournament went for the right side. That is kind of interesting. Pedro to the rope now. He's going to climb it with no issues. Now for Hornet's Nest. Don't think he's failed here. Maybe has, I don't know. I should really write all these things down. Pedro is looking good through Hornet's Nest. He's going to go for the dismount and make it. Now for Swinging Beams. One obstacle left. Jumping around those bars. Looking good. Pedro is going to get back to Stage 3 for the first time in 6 tournaments with 9.1 seconds left. Nicely done. Pedro is back. Number 1000 for a reason. Defeating this stage. Smooth run. No real errors or close calls. And yeah, there's not much to say. It was just a very good run. We have 7 Stage 2 clears, the second most in SNW history. Stage 3 is the only stage without a time limit, and it is actually unchanged completely from the previous tournament. And now with over double the competitors to attempt it this time, let's hope we can have at least someone getting through this stage. There's the start line decoration. You start off with the floating boards. You jump across those small pegs on the side of those boards. And the swing edge, jump across those small blocks. Pretty simple. But what is not simple is the ultimate crazy cliffhanger, which ended the previous tournament. All 3 competitors that made it here failed this. None of them even getting to the crazy jump to the final edge. Then the vertical limit try, which went unattempted. If you remember from the first 12 tournaments, the vertical limit, from those, it's basically that, but with an extra jump. Then you go right into the peg cloud, unchanged, just like everything else here. And then the bungee rope climb. very precise corner jumps onto very thin pegs. Get through that. There's one obstacle left, the pipe slider. Go across this head slide to that green bar and make a final giant leap. And if you can beat all this, you make it to the final stage. First person to try this stage is Vulcan, who in his 2 previous appearances didn't really come close to clearing it. But maybe in all the time away, he has gained some experience, some that made no sense. Vulcan is off on the floating boards. He struggled with this a fair amount in practice, hoping to get through it. Vulcan to the 4th board. Now to the 5th. Vulcan comes up short of it! Vulcan already out, failing the first obstacle of stage 3. Well, that is not how you wanted it to go. It's not how anyone wanted it to go. Especially Vulcan. And his return to stage 3 is already over before it even began. Now we have another Brit, Hunter Unit 751, making sure to appreciate his time on this stage, his 4th appearance on stage 3 in SNW. And he has never even reached the cliffhanger before, hoping to at least do that today. Quickly through floating boards. Okay, took a save jump there. You know it's Spartan Ninja Warrior when the commentator's yawning. Now to the swing edge. Hunter. Sizing this up. He's gonna full send it, it seems. Hunter. Oh, taking a save jump. Stopping on the final structure. And defeating swing edge. This, I believe, is a personal best. And it's Hunter's first time attempting the cliffhanger in any version. And sadly for him, it's probably the hardest version we've ever had of a cliffhanger on this course. He's up to the 2nd ledge. Now to the 3rd. Oh, he comes up short! Hunter fails the ultimate crazy cliffhanger. His personal best run is over just like that. Even the smallest mistake on this stage can end everything for you in this run, as it ended Hunter right there. And now we have the worker of meme, who is on this stage for the 2nd time, I believe. And he is hoping to clear it, obviously, as everyone who made it here is. Taking the traditional PC player approach on the floating boards of going sideways. Meme on the 5th one, and through floating boards. Now to the swing edge. No one's failed this before. Meme is gonna send it and clear the obstacle. Now, the ultimate crazy cliffhanger. He's shooting this thing. He is not confident. He knows he can clear it, but the question is, will he? Which is always the question for basically every obstacle for every competitor on this course. Okay. He's in first place now to the 4th ledge. Now this is the big jump, getting a running start. Meme comes up short! And the worker of Meme is out on the ultimate crazy cliffhanger. He had a good idea, running against the wall to build up as much momentum as possible. But it just didn't work out. He comes up short, and his run in Tournament 22 is over. And now we have his friend that you saw jumping after him in that run, Free MMO Direct. He's made it to this stage 3 times before, each time going out on the peg cloud. Although I'm pretty sure he got further across it every time. Now can he go just that bit further and finally beat the peg cloud? And finally beat this stage? He has the ability to do it. He has the ability to go all the way and achieve total victory. But can he finally put it all together? MMO sending through the swing edge and clearing it. Now the cliffhanger. Hunter and Meme have both failed here. MMO sizing it up, hoping to avenge two great jumpers. And he is to the third ledge, now going for the fourth. He is on it. Going for the fifth. MMO lands on it! Now to the sixth ledge and the seventh, and now the crazy jump. Going for it and sticking it right away. MMO defeats the ultimate crazy cliffhanger. And we have our first look ever at the vertical limit try. This is a very, very hard obstacle. Have to jump across those very thin ledges, and because of the gaps there, you cannot just hug the wall. And he goes for the second set of ledges, and he gets to it. Now for the third, going right for it, and MMO gets it! MMO now onto the peg cloud. Round 4. Can he finally beat this obstacle? MMO to the third peg. Jumping around these. Now the fourth. Landing on that. To the fifth. Just 3 jumps away from clearing. Now 2. Going for the final peg. He lands on it! MMO is 1 jump away, and he finally beats the peg cloud. Now to the bungee rope climb. Uncharted territory for him. And he is off. Getting save jumps, and got the first corner jump. Sticking onto the rope now for the second one. MMO is going to go for the corner jump, and he whiffs it! MMO fails the bungee rope climb, and his personal best run is over. Everything to that point was looking so smooth. But he's now out. He just came up short on the simple corner jump. Anything on this stage can take you out. From even the simplest jumps. Just like that. And although it is a heartbreaking end, it is still a personal best. There's nothing to be ashamed about for that. Let's hope MMO can get back here next time. 3 runs left, and this competitor here does have the best result on this era of Stage 3 of any competitor that made it. Eternal Flame. He has made it to the final jump of this stage, but failed there. Hoping to get back here and go just that little bit further and clear Stage 3. But he was not feeling very confident. And I'm not sure why, because in the previous tournament he did tie for first place. But now Eternal is onto the swing edge. Eternal is gonna go for the jump, and he doesn't even get a jump! Eternal Flame fails swing edge. Not even getting a jump. He just ran off. And as I said earlier, anything can take you out on this stage. And we've seen it here. We saw it with Vulcan at the very start. We saw it with Eternal going out on the swing edge. And his tournament ending just like that. And now we have Smoky Massacre. He failed the cliffhanger last time, and he really wants to get through it. He really wants to at least attempt the vertical limit try. But as we have seen so far, it's a long way to get there. Smokey is going to go right through the floating boards, and he's going to stick the 5th one. Now the dismount, defeating the obstacle. Going on the left side of the swing edge, getting a nice jump, And Smokey is through swing edge. Now for the cliffhanger. This is the jump he failed last time, but he does get through it. Now Hunter failed this earlier. Smokey through that to the fourth ledge. Now the big jump, probably the hardest on this obstacle. Smokey going for it, and he comes up short. Smokey fails the cliffhanger. He was so close to it. He took his time, and it looked like there might have maybe been a frame or two where he could have gotten a save jump, but maybe it's just his Spartan acting weird. It doesn't matter because he is out. It's just unfortunate. One run left, and who else would it be besides number 1000 himself, Petrillo Fam 4. He was motivated to get back to this stage more than ever, and what do you know, he made it back. Getting a nice shot of the whole stage. He's got some friends behind him, knowing that the hopes of the 49 other competitors rest on his shoulders. He's been in this situation before. He was the last man standing in Tournament 4, ended up beating Stage 3 and achieving total victory. In Tournament 10, final attempt on Stage 3, and although he did fail there, he still got to the final jump of the stage. And in Tournament 16, when he was the final hope, as a whole, one of only 2 people to beat Stage 1, he was the one to beat Stage 2, and he went out on the crazy cliffhanger, the original version of it, in that tournament. Pedro is through swing edge, now to face the cliffhanger. Has not beaten any version of this since, I believe, tournament either 10 or 11. Pedro going slow and steady through this obstacle to the third ledge. Now he's going to go for the big jump to the fourth, getting through that. Now the big boy, the big jump, Pedro gets on the ledge. And now to the less big jump, the smaller jump, I should have just said that. And just the crazy jump remains. Pedro goes for it, gets the save jump, and defeats the cliffhanger. Now the vertical limit try. He was worried about this obstacle, but he's just glad to even get here. He was very worried about the cliffhanger as well. Pedro has beaten previous vertical limits, and now he is going to go for the second set, and he gets that jump. Now going for the third, Pedro lines himself up. He won't get a jump! Petrillo Fam 4 fails the vertical limit try, and Tournament 22 is over. What a comeback run this was. To finally get back to Stage 3, and for all of it to end so quickly, just like that. Number 1000, Petrillo Fam 4. A valiant effort. Finally getting back to where he belongs. But it was not meant to be today. And just with that, Tournament 22 has ended without a final stage attempt. Well, that was an unfortunate ending, but I'd still say that was a really good tournament. Thank you everyone for watching, and as I did at the start, I want to apologize for taking so long to get this video out. I know it's been a trend for me in recent tournaments, and I will try to fix that. Stay tuned for Tournament 23, that'll have an announcement video pretty soonish. And in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this. And yeah, there's really not much more me to say besides what I've already said. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see all of you hopefully next time.